Hello and welcome to gusmcdollgames, and thank you to our subscribers. I'm Nick McDowell, and today we're continuing the Allied Grand Campaign in Close Combat: A Bridge Too Far, a game based on the Battle of Arnhem, Operation Marketgarden. In this series we use the missions in the Allied Grand Campaign to illustrate one or more aspects of World War II infantry minor tactics at the company level and below. Each episode we conduct a basic mission analysis, develop and analyse possible courses of action, then decide and execute the plan in real time, followed by lessons learned. Please remember to like the video and subscribe for more great strategy and tactics content. And if you want to buy me a coffee, the links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. In this episode we are back in the Nijmegen sector, the Nijmegen Bridge area of operations. Our objective is Nijmegen Bridge. It is day 2 of Operation Marketgarden, 1500 hours on 18 September 1944. Nijmegen Bridge. The bridge is the most important objective in this area, but don't let the enemy hold on to their positions in Valkof Park or the Valkof. The bridge must be taken before the Germans can destroy it. Let's examine our forces. Airborne BAR teams are the core of the American Airborne Divisions. They use an automatic rifle, semi-automatic rifles, and hand grenades. The team leader is armed with a carbine. Use them on the front line, but they should run or hide from tanks. Airborne rifle teams use semi-automatic rifles and hand grenades. The team leader is armed with a carbine. Use them on the front lines and to hold victory locations. They are useless against tanks. The American Airborne Sniper is a specialist trained in marksmanship. He is armed with a scoped M1903 Springfield rifle. Put him in an out-of-the-way place with good fields of fire so that he can eliminate enemy leaders. Airborne recon teams are the eyes and ears of the American Airborne Divisions. They are armed with submachine guns and grenades. Use these teams to scout enemy positions and to perform behind-the-lines operations. Airborne 60mm light mortar teams also contain semi-automatic rifles and hand grenades. Because mortars can shoot over obstacles, position these teams behind buildings or trees. Use them to lay smoke screens. Airborne 30 caliber light machine gun teams include semi-automatic rifles and hand grenades. Position these teams in multi-story buildings or locations with long lines of sight so they can suppress enemy infantry. Next, let's look at the map and do some mission analysis. I will develop a plan and then execute it in the game. Our mission is to seize Nijmegen Bridge in order to prevent its destruction by the Germans. We have a parachute infantry company from the US 82nd Airborne Division, consisting of 3 BAR squads, 2 rifle squads, a recon squad, and a sniper, with 2 60mm mortar detachments and a 30 caliber machine gun in support. North is at the top of the map. I have marked 6 areas of interest. Number 1, the bridge ramp leading to Nijmegen Bridge, the Valbrug crossing the Val Canal. Holding this bridge and the bridge ramp will allow 30 Corps armour to speed to the relief of the airborne forces holding out at Arnhem. Number 2, the eastern row of buildings near the Turvindstraat and overlooking the approaches to the bridge ramp, currently held by my forces. Number 3, the Kaiser Ludwig Plain roundabout controlling access to the bridge, which is vital to any traffic moving across the bridge, but is open terrain with no cover and concealment and offers no immediate tactical advantage. Number 4, the rows of houses and the streets feeding into the roundabout from the west. This is the direction from which 30 Corps will come. Number 5, the Valkof Park, possession of which controls access to the bridge ramp, and judging by the trench lines is almost certainly under enemy control. And number 6, the Valkof Park, from which the enemy can interdict any traffic crossing the Nijmegen Bridge. I assess the enemy will seek to retain control of the western approaches to the bridge in order to isolate the 82nd Airborne Division from relief by 30 Corps, and ultimately prevent the reinforcement of Arnhem. In the previous battle in this sector, earlier this morning, I conducted reconnaissance and gained valuable intelligence on the strength and dispositions of the enemy here. We are facing a full-strength infantry company from the 10th Panzer Division, around 10 or 11 squads, supported by 2 mortars. They are defending the approaches to the bridge, overlooking the roundabout and the bridge, rather than dispersed in ambush positions hidden further back in the buildings. They reacted aggressively even when most of my company was hidden, and sent forces forward to probe my positions. This tells me I'm facing a full-strength infantry company with high morale and orders to deny the bridge. They have not yet brought armour to the battle, and there is an 8.8cm or 88mm anti-tank gun I'll need to destroy. Also, I've identified a potential weak spot in the enemy defences to the north that I may be able to exploit. Before this morning's reconnaissance, I considered a plan to conduct a clearance operation from south to north. I discarded this plan because I did not have a foothold in the south, and my forces were too weak to assault, then clear, the entire area. Instead, I used the opportunity to conduct reconnaissance in force and a recon patrol. But the recon patrol in the morning gave me a foothold in the Valkof to the north. So my plan this afternoon is similar to my earlier discarded plan, but in reverse. 1st Platoon will establish a company base of fire in the buildings to the east. This area has good cover for mortar positions in defilade behind the buildings and open fields of fire for the 30 caliber machine gun and Browning automatic rifle squads. This position will block the enemy from crossing Hanna Park to retake the bridge and thus pin down German forces in the south. It will also isolate those forces and cut off German movement to the north by providing enfilade fire down the streets between blocks of buildings. Meanwhile, 2nd Platoon will clear the area west of Valkof Park, destroy the anti-tank gun threatening the bridge, and then consolidate along a line facing south. This will envelop the enemy in a pocket, facing enfilade flanking fire from the north and the east, and set the conditions for a north-south clearance of the remainder of the area in a subsequent battle. The company commander organises a company base of fire when adequate cover for his company exists within light mortar range of the objective, or terrain on the flank offers an open field of fire for the light machine guns. We have 30 minutes to achieve our objectives. I will now move my troops into position and execute the plan in real time. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the various courses of action and if you have identified a viable alternative. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more great strategy and tactics content. And so we begin. 1st Platoon's BAR squad immediately contacts the German Schützen squad. The 30 caliber targets a Sturmgrenadier squad only meters in front of them. I add a 60mm mortar fire mission to the weight of fire. The Germans have infiltrated into our base of fire. The Schützen squad is almost entirely eliminated, although with casualties in the BAR squad. To the north, 2nd Platoon has located the 8.8cm anti-tank gun in a building. They advance under fire. Second Platoon secures the Valkof Park and advances west towards the buildings. The recon squad is moving south. The sniper causes a casualty, and 1st Platoon opens fire on German troops in Hanna Park. The 2nd mortar targets a suspected enemy machine gun nest. To the south, German infantry break cover, racing across the Kaiser Ludwig plain. I target them with mortar fire. In the north, the rifle squad has taken casualties, assaulting the anti-tank gun in hand-to-hand combat. The remainder of the platoon advance to the line of buildings. I locate a Panzerschreck with the anti-tank gun.
Don't shoot!
The recon squad has taken a casualty, but has reached the buildings north of Hanna Park.
Under heavy fire. Being redeployed. Don't shoot! Being redeployed. Area secured.
Second platoon advances and the anti-tank gun crew surrender. The centre rifle squad now takes after the Panzerschreck, which has fled. The BAR squad reaches the buildings and cover. In the centre, 1st Platoon has eliminated the German Aufklärer squad, assaulting the bridge ramp. I switch mortar fire to target a heavy machine gun. In the south, One of 1st Platoon's BAR squads has been overrun, and the enemy are sending scouts forward.
Being redeployed.
The 2nd BAR squad targets more Aufklärer scouts moving up the street to the bridge ramp. I adjust mortar fire onto the advancing Germans.
We're pinned down!
In the centre, I've lost sight of the heavy machine gun. I move the recon squad forward to investigate. Corporal Updike from the 30 caliber machine gun squad is moving in the open, a dangerous place to be. I order him back. In the north, the Panzerschreck squad has surrendered and the area has been cleared, so I order Nash's rifle squad south. Updike's machine gun squad in the south is eliminated. The mortar detachment has 15 rounds of HE but is pinned down.
Down! Being redeployed.
1st Platoon's 2nd BAR squad targets a 2nd Aufklärer squad moving towards the bridge ramp. In the north, I start to consolidate my position.
Being redeployed.
I rearrange my fire support.
Down!
I call a fire mission on the Aufklärer squad in the Hanna Park.
Down! Under heavy fire. Being redeployed.
My recon squad moves forward to consolidate its position.
Conserve ammunition.
My 2nd mortar detachment is down to 5 rounds HE and targets the Sturmgrenadier squad.
We're under heavy fire. We're losing a lot of men.
The recon squad takes a casualty from a mortar round.
Being redeployed.
My 1st mortar detachment is down to 7 rounds HE. Meanwhile, I spot a 3rd Aufklärer squad heading to Hanna Park.
Being redeployed.
2nd Platoon now has a defensive position anchored on the Valkof Park. They are facing machine gun fire from an MG42 and a heavy machine gun squad. It is unlikely they can advance further.
No ammo.
The sniper runs out of ammunition and goes to ground. The 2nd Aufklärer squad takes another casualty.
Attack wrong!
My 2nd mortar targets a Sturmgrenadier squad in the open. The 1st detachment fires its last HE round and moves into the building for cover. The enemy have placed smoke in front of my BAR squad to enable the Aufklärer to advance towards the bridge ramp. I request a ceasefire. I have achieved my objectives, blocking the German advance to the bridge and clearing the area west of Valkof Park. I can make little further progress without resupply and reinforcement. But the battle continues. First platoon kills the last member of the Aufklärer squad. The BAR squad goes to ground.
Team redeployed.
My priority now is keeping my troops alive and in position. My 2nd mortar detachment fires its last HE round. The Germans keep firing, but there is little movement on either side.
Nicht schießen!
The battle ended because both sides agreed to a ceasefire. The Allies gained control of some victory locations. The German forces took excessive losses. I have made Allied progress of 61 against expected progress of 34 by the end of the day. I suffered 14 KIA and 1 surrendered, and inflicted on the enemy 24 KIA, 2 surrendered and 1 gun lost. The Germans retained Kaiser Ludwig Plain and Hanna Park, but I now hold Valkof Park to the north and the Turvenstraat to the east. I choose an overnight ceasefire period. I will resume the clearance operation tomorrow. Let's examine casualties on both sides. First, the Americans. I lost Corporal Overall's entire squad in the south, and also took casualties in the BAR, rifle and recon squads. PFC Gish, the sniper, counted 5 confirmed kills and is awarded the Combat Infantryman's badge. I also lost my machine gun squad, but my 2 mortars are okay. Then the Germans. They lost a Schützen squad, 2 Aufklärer squads, the 8.8 cm gun, and a Panzerschreck squad. They still have Sturmgrenadier, Schützen, Aufklärer, 2 MG42s, 2 mortars, and a sniper. Tomorrow will still be a tough fight. So, what did we learn? In an earlier episode, I spoke about the importance of breaking a large objective into a series of smaller areas and dealing with each in turn. Back then I said that in tactics, as in life, if you're ever faced with an overwhelming problem that seems impossible for you to solve, start by breaking the problem down into smaller and smaller chunks until each chunk is within your ability to solve. Then, solve each of the smaller problems in turn. This approach is called eating an elephant one bite at a time. This approach has also worked here. It may be tempting to try to take the entire area in one go, but you risk overextending your forces. Instead, I broke the problem down into a series of smaller objectives. First, conducting thorough reconnaissance. Then, establishing and defending a company base of fire that pinned the Germans in the south. This enabled me to clear the area west of Valkof Park, and I am now in a position to clear the remainder of the area one bite at a time. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and donate, and stay tuned for the next episode.